Hello and welcome to the Claret and Blue podcast, something a little bit different from us today. It's currently 4:59 on the 29th of August. The UEFA Champions League draw kicks off apparently at 5 o'clock, but we all know there'll be a bit of UEFA waffle before we get to the good stuff, which is why this is not a live stream watch along, because for the next hour, you and I, John, are going to sit here probably in silence while nothing happens. However, for this video, all of that silence will be gone, and this is our pure live reactions as it happened, but edited into a nice, actually easy to watch piece of content. John, it's almost 5 o'clock. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I've been nervous all day. Like,
really?
An excitement. So yeah, I just want it to kind of happen now. We've been building up for so long.
Oh, this is very exciting. I remember when we did the Conference League one last year. It was me and James Rushton did it, and we did exactly the same format. Yeah. He and I watched it live together like this, and then edited it down. And it is like a lot of waiting around. But this is the excitement. This is what we're here for.
In pot one, Dan, who don't you want?
So from a perspective of like a footballing thing, I think that'd be difficult. Obviously, we can't play Man City and Liverpool, so that's two gone. I think of like one of the big boys that's like a big draw, that like on paper, I'd say PSG. Like I'm not asked about PSG at all.
Leipzig as well for me. Like we've played in pre-season. I wouldn't mind playing Leipzig.
Pre-season friendly vibes, isn't it? That?
Yeah, like I don't know. If we were drawn away to Leipzig, I think it would be a bit like, oh. Yeah.
Also, another perfect example of why we're not doing this live. Who cares about Buffon getting this award? I've tuned in at 5 o'clock to see Villa in the Champions League. Like, do this another time.
Looking at pot 3 and 4 and knowing that we have to do all we have to do is finish, is it 10th last to go through? I think it's the bottom 9 teams, or 8, I can't quite remember. I think we've got enough to finish above that group of teams that would hopefully be beneath us. So I'm happy to play the big teams, to be honest. If you're looking pot 3 and 4, I think we can beat all of those teams.
Okay, right. That's enough chit chat in this part of the podcast. We'll pick up again when the draw actually starts, because they're now talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. And again, come on, is it as we think it is, where they'll just go in order of the pot? So like, here are all of Man City's games. Here are all of Bayern Munich's games.
I'm pretty certain it will be his pot 1 shuffle around. It's Real Madrid. Here's Real Madrid games, and it just goes bang.
If we were in pot 1, we'll know, like within the first few minutes of the draw, here's all our games. Whereas because we're pot 4 and we'll be last, we'll go, oh, we're in Bayern Munich's.
We literally don't know when we're going to appear at any
point.
We'll
know 6 of our 8 games before it even gets to pot 4.
Maybe even 7, I think.
Why are we 20 minutes into this and we're still not? We've not got one club's fixtures yet.
Oh, get on with it, man! I'm literally like, my heart's racing.
Dudum, 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 dudum. That's John's heartbeat, and this is gonna be. Who's it gonna be?
Right.
City. Nothing for us then.
This is a horrible one.
Okay, third club in pot 1.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Oh, you just got a feeling, haven't you? You just got a feeling.
Ronaldo has pressed the button on Bayern Munich.
Is it us?
Aston Villa. Okay. Bayern Munich at Villa Park.
Bayern Munich, right? Oh, wow.
A repeat of the 1982 Cup final at Villa Park.
Wow.
That is the star dust, isn't it, of the Champions League?
I definitely reacted like a 15-year-old girl there, but...
Absolutely fine. You react however you want, mate. Okay, fourth club, RB Leipzig. Well, we didn't fancy this, did we?
So this is away from home for Villa?
It is Leipzig.
Oh, it is.
Okay, that's fine. That's winnable, no?
You know what? When you defo. I can't lie. As I said at the start, I wanted to go to the Bernabeu or the Allianz.
Well, we'll go to the Allianz for the final, so don't worry about it.
Maybe a playoff game. Bayern at home. Oh, I need to. I'm doing some jogging on the spot.
Pot 2 then. There's still some sexy ties, as I said. Leverkusen, Atletico, Juventus, Milan and Benfica are probably the 5 for me that are the kind of the standout ones. Obviously, you've got Arsenal in there, who we won't draw. Club Brugge, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Atalanta are the others. Okay. Out of those ones, again, we'll do what we do with pot 1, who's like the one you want and the one that you don't.
I don't really want Atletico Madrid, to be honest. I think they play in such a way that it's so hard to beat, and it'd be cool to go to the one in Metropolitano for the fans, but don't know. I'd love to go to the San Siro. I say me, as in the fans. I'd love us to have a... We haven't, and at least that Leipzig match, we haven't quite had as I've said, that isn't kind of the stadium you'd want to go to as such, but the San Siro absolutely would be. So I'd love San Siro, if not Benfica, to be honest, one of those two.
Juventus at Villa Park. Again, the Douglas Luiz thing is a thing like that is part of the story. But that's a nice sounding tie, isn't it? Aston Villa versus Juventus. When they do this montage, right, for every club, what clip do you think they'll use of Villa?
It'll be a Conference League clip, won't it? It won't be DRB.
Do you reckon McGinn against Mostar, last minute winner at Villa Park?
Yeah, running away.
Celebration, maybe. Ronaldo's pushed the button. And Aston Villa are not facing Atletico Madrid.
I'm glad about that.
Woohoo! It's the Champions League draw. It's time to get excited. All right, off you go. I'll let you know who we've got later, mate. Club Brugge or Bruges are up next. Again, you're absolutely tight. This are Villa there. They are there.
We're going to Brugge. Okay.
Why? Okay.
Take that.
Yeah. And again, you're looking at it as pot 2 being obviously a step down from pot 1, but still difficult.
That is
Club Brugge is a winnable game. Exactly, yeah.
Bayern Munich, Lazio, Roma. We need to change that now, don't we?
Bayern Munich, Leipzig and Brugge.
Bayern Munich, Leipzig and Brugge. Wait.
Here we go. Juventus. No. It is Juventus.
It's Juventus.
It is.
Oh, wow. It's the Doug Luiz is coming back.
The storyline was written. Douglas Luiz will return to Villa Park to face Aston Villa in the Champions League. I mean, we said, didn't we, when we sold Douglas Luiz to Juventus, it's great not to sell him to a Premier League rival, but, you know, we could still meet them in Europe, and we have and we will.
Difficult home games, mate. Difficult home game.
Pot 3 then, John. We got Feyenoord, Sporting, PSV, GNK Dynamo, Salzburg, Lille, Crvena Zvezda,
Red Star Belgrade, Nedeljkovic's team.
Okay, good. Young Boys and Celtic. Again, same kind of format we've done so far. Who do you want? Who don't you want?
I don't want Lille. Been there, done that. I think Celtic would be saucy.
Celtic's got a bit of something about it, absolutely. And I think from an atmosphere point of view, you'd rather that be away. But I think, obviously, if you want to beat them, you've got a better chance at Villa Park. Young Boys are out first. You'd absolutely take these, wouldn't you?
No, I can't stop looking at Ronaldo, mate. He's fuming. Yes. Young Boys away. Young Boys away. We're playing at the Stadion of Wankdorf.
Let's be serious about this.
That is the stadium. I haven't said anything immature.
So Switzerland, for anyone curious. So Celtic or Sporting at Villa Park, neither of those are easy. Okay, Celtic then.
Celtic. I'd like a bit of Celtic at Villa Park, please.
Yeah, me too.
And I think we got him.
There it is. There it is. That's winnable. Celtic. England versus Scotland. John McGinn will be bang up for that one, I'm sure. It's got an air of something about it, hasn't it? Villa, Celtic, Champions League.
Yeah. You can smell it.
Tasty those. Yeah, I like that. I'll take great joy in beating Celtic at Villa Park. Pot 4 then, John. Obviously, Villa's pot. We already know 6 of our 8 games. We played 2 from this group. Again, same thing. Who do you want? Who don't you want?
I don't really want Sparta Prague, to be honest, away.
Considering how much you've laughed at Wankdorf, do you want Brest for the immaturity?
I'm not entertaining that.
The biggest thing that we're all waiting for is what clip they're going to use to showcase Aston Villa. That's what we've all been waiting for. Oh,
it is. It is.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. Yeah. Oh, I can't even do it. Bologna next.
Illing Jr.'s team.
Illing Jr. would not be able to play against Aston Villa, of course, as a loanee.
Would he not? I don't know how it works.
I assume not. And it is then.
At home, Bologna at home.
Bologna at home. The Illing Jr. returns to Villa Park, but possibly might not be able to play because he's a lone player, but we don't actually know. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it, if he could play? Surely he can't. Here we go. Aston Villa. Gigi Buffon holding Aston Villa on a piece of cardboard. That is what we love to see. This is where we find out our final game in the league phase, away from home.
Where are we going?
I mean, that looks like a difficult set of fixtures, doesn't it, when you put it like that? Monaco.
Oh, that's a bit. They're in Monaco right now, so.
Okay. That is the end of the draw, John. I've closed the tab. I don't care about the rest of it. We've done Aston Villa. We know our 8 teams. Recap very quickly. Everyone is fully aware by the time this video comes out. Our 4 home games are Bayern Munich, Douglas Luiz's Juventus, Celtic, and Samuel Illing Jr.'s Bologna, who may not play because he's a lone player. He won't play. I don't even know why I'm saying may not. He won't. The away games are RB Leipzig, Club Brugge, Young Boys, and Monaco. A good mixture of sexy ties. big, famous European clubs, and a few games in there, I believe, on paper, are absolutely winnable for Aston Villa, and can hopefully progress them through to the playoff knockout stage where they'll play a one-off game against somebody else in this league phase.
I'm still like buzzing about it. There's so many teams and there's so much happening. I really liked the draw actually, in terms of that you play 8 different teams. I really like that. Because I feel like if we only had 3 teams, 3 opponents, like in the previous draw, it would be over like that. And you'd be like, okay, those are the 3 teams. You kind of get on with your day. But I know for a fact I'll be buzzing off this for like 2 weeks, just working out what we're going to do and win. Looking at it raw right now, we have 2 good home games against Celtic and Bologna. And 2 good away games in Club Brugge and Young Boys. I'd like to target those 4 games as wins, to be honest. AS Monaco is a game that we can win as well, but obviously they have pedigree and they're a decent side. And then we have obviously 2 very difficult home games against Juve and Bayern. I think we can beat Juve at home, absolutely, but tricky, of course, because it's a pot 2 side. And Leipzig away, as far as away games go in pot 1, that was definitely the easiest, I think. Easiest is a strong word, but we know we can compete with them. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm happy with the draw overall. I think I definitely was going into it, especially after the first few picks, thinking, oh, we've got 2 very difficult home games there. So I was kind of relieved to see, dare I say it, Celtic and Bologna come out, and those games won't be easy, of course. So the Celtic match will be, for Celtic, that'll be huge, as it will for us, but there's obviously a big rivalry between Scotland and England. Bologna, they've just lost the manager, their Motta, so we don't know what they're going to be doing next season. Are they going to be particularly good, or are they going to be mid-table? We'll wait and find out. So, yeah, what I would say is some of those teams definitely have more European experience than us. Yeah, but we have one of the best managers in European football, and who has won stuff previously as well. So, yeah, really happy and excited. I'm also glad that we have those difficult games as well. Obviously, we did say before we started the stream, Dan, or maybe it was earlier in the stream, I can't remember, that we wanted a mix. So yeah, Bayern Munich at home, that's going to be proper, and Juve obviously at home. Louise coming back to Villa Park too.
If it is 9 to 10 points thereafter, I think, and again, it's mad to predict it now, I think there's 9 to 10 points from those fixtures where you go, you know what, I can see it. I can see Villa having enough to get it. I will be very interested to see how the fixtures are mapped out, and between what Premier League games as well, because in my head I'm thinking, it's nice just to have a kind of luxury game as such at home. Emery won't be calling it a luxury game, but you know what I mean. Like if we lose to Bayern Munich, okay, we can go and win somewhere else. The same as Juventus. If we lose those 2 home games, I was thinking, okay, we might have to do something, but looking at the rest of them, I'm fairly confident we'll get a decent amount of points from elsewhere. But then if the Bayern Munich game falls at the end and we didn't beat Monaco and we didn't beat Bologna, or, all of a sudden that becomes a more important match. And those top teams will be going for the points as well, obviously, because they will want to finish in the top 9 teams that go automatically, or top 8, I think. Every game will be difficult, we all know that, but you can see where Villa are picking up points. Their Club Brugge, I think, were in the Conference League, I think, last season. I'm not totally sure. We know we can beat Celtic, although Celtic, again, have more European experience, but I believe there's a stat going around that Brendan Rodgers, I can't remember what it was now, but it was a dreadful record in the Champions League. I don't think they've won once in God knows how many games. So, yeah, Young Boys away, again, a game that we can win. Bologna at home, they don't have much European experience recently, and as I said, they've lost the manager, so there's definitely games there which Villa can win. It kind of allows you to enjoy those home matches against those big teams and enjoy Leipzig away, but at the same time, depending on where they fall in the calendar. I think the main thing as well is just to cut this podcast off very quickly. We're all kind of like, I don't want to say obsessed, but we're already going where the points come from to get us through to the next stage, to get us through to that playoff round, which we all want. We all want to go as far as possible. But I think it is important just to take a step back, again, for us, literally as well, to being live for the last hour and 20 minutes. Just enjoy it. There's 8 games. We're going to play a minimum of 8 games in the Champions League. There's some really sexy ties in there. There's going to be some massive nights at Villa Park. There's some away games that, they might not be the San Siro or wherever, but games where you might go and see Villa win in Europe in the Champions League away from home. And whether we get through to the next stage or not, again, comes with context of how it happened. But there is something to just say, let's just enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy the journey that we're about to go on, because this is this is special. This is massive.
No, absolutely. I wanted the Bernabeu. I can't stop thinking about it. I just really wanted it, but
wanted the Bernabeu. Got the Okay, right. That is the end of this podcast and video on YouTube. Thoroughly enjoyed recording it. I'm glad that we didn't do it as a live stream because there's a lot of moments where we're literally just waiting around for Ronaldo to press a button. So hopefully this little mini edited highlights package of, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I have no idea. As I said, we've been recording for an hour and 20. I will do my best to make this entertaining and hopefully interesting for people. If you have enjoyed it, do let us know either on social media or in the comments down below. We will do more Champions League content, as I said, whether it's next week or in the international break or in the lead up to the first game of the league phase. Not now, John. Don't start.
No, I'm looking at a couple of tweets that are to do with our draw. One specific trip that we're going to be making is some funny tweets. So, yeah, definitely look at those. I think we all know.
Yeah, all right, John, leave it. Christ, I thought you were more mature than this.
Your stadium, that?
Oh no, but let's just leave it and move on. All right. Can we even say Wankdorf?
I don't know. Well, it's the name of the stadium, but
we need to blank the. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.